Welcome to Blind Master Productions.
And now, here's your host, DJ Blind Master. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's begin with Eurofly. Right now we're in the main menu, and I said welcome to Eurofly using Nathan, which you've heard of my last stream if you already have not watched it yet. Go ahead and watch that stream, a little bit of the demo. I did crash that first time. We're going to go through that. So now let's just show you just go through the menu here what it all looks like for anybody who has not been on the stream or is watching the stream. You just a quick refresher here for the new demo. So here we go. So right now we are in the menu here.
Tasks.
You have tasks,
Free flying.
free flying. Obviously you get to free fly around the world.
Manual walking through map.
Menu walking through map. You just kind of just explore the map, and it tells you there's a specific document that talks about it in the game that you can find on when you download the game.
Profiles.
Profiles,
Voices.
voices,
Options.
options.
Test your speakers.
Test your speakers. Obviously we'll go in the options quickly just to see what that looks like.
Add-ons.
Add-ons. You can download the add-ons for specifically what you need for the towers and stuff like that. Voices, by the way, it just helps you with your screen reader, or if it's switching your screen reader, I believe. Let me go with that.
Test up voices.
Voices.
NVDA.
So to ask you if you want to do NVDA
SAT-P5.
or SAP5.
NVDA.
So
Voices. Options.
a little bit of options. So it's telling you where the data path is, where you downloaded it. It's just C:/user or C:// C:/, and then which is your line disk drive, and then Eurofly. This is your profile manager, so you can manage your profiles. Home airport, so you can just pick which airport you want and which country, or which country/region you're in. This is default. This is by default. It uses metric units. You can also use miles, but I do not recommend using it. This just tells you just add a negative, because some don't say negative, so some text to speech. That's important, so you can check for updates. That's my API. Yeah, when the new airports are with real weather, you can know how to do that in a minute. And you can get your API key through this. There's specifically a website that it takes you to, and you can set up your API key and then get the whole website account going. You can do multiple API keys, but you'll need one for this. Yeah, who cares? I completed tasks. These are just your tasks. This is a preferred communicator. I put it in English normally, and then okay. And there's general map. I don't know what that is. Volume, systems. So the other one's like translated weird. That's like flick. Oh, it's flight. So this is to 19 kilometers, 35, 50 kilometers, 35 to capitals, merger points, 35, navigational tones, it's so the timetable, by the way, is going to be helpful for category 3s, especially in category 2s, but mostly category 3s when they're huge airports. We'll explain that later in the next series, so don't worry about it right now. Display the arrival time of navigation. In navigation, that's just part of the thing. It tells you how many when you arrive, which can be important. I just don't know if I'm not going to test it at the moment, but that's a thing you can consider. That's your flight area, so that's what they translated it wrong. Yeah, this shows you the map source. A comma. I'm changing it to period because it sounds weird to say comma. It doesn't make any sense for those kind of things. Yep, the show me results, show the list. And by the way, that comma or period is also going to be very helpful to understand, but especially when it comes to the frequency that you need to be in and the plane that we've talked about before. Yeah, synchronized movements. I don't know much about that exactly, so don't really ask me about that because I didn't do any research digging into it. That's usually a map. Normally 0% is north, but huh, interesting. So you can change it between north or front of you. Interesting. Okay. So usually, somehow it's in hours, so I switch it to degrees. I don't know what that would do. And then volumes just kind of explains just everything. All that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, you know, turning on the music, turning up the engine, turning up the stewards. That will be part of your planes later. So there's the joystick mode. Use intercom. You can do that by doing F10. I don't know what active tower means, but
About Eurofly.
so I just did some of that. We just did some work with that. Just do a couple of changes here. Now I'm gonna go to the. I will go back, but instead of doing what normally I'll just go back to the settings, I'm gonna go to profiles.
About Euro task. Free fly. Manual walk profiles.
We're gonna delete my profile that I have right
Creating new profile. Removing profile. Profiles.
now. I have a thing that says Nasco, so I'm gonna delete that.
Profile has been removed.
Alright.
Creating new profile.
I'm gonna create a new profile.
Type your profile name and press the enter key.
I'm gonna say Blind Master.
Profile has been created.
There, so Blind Master is gonna be my name.
Voices.
And now I'm gonna go to profiles. There's two ways I can do this. I can go back to options and go to this and go to the profile manager. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tasks, and it's going to tell me to set it up.
Manual walk. Free flying tasks.
At the moment, I'm not going to do this for this demo, but I'm going to actually do that for the next part of the series. I'll have that ready to go, but that's going to be important. If you and I will explain. If anyone wants me to explain the process of that, otherwise you can just. I'm sure it can be pretty helpful and self-explanatory, because some things that I want to make sure that we can just get to the game and tell you the more of the important things when you're in the game. Some of these stuff you can kind of do on your own. So, but if you do want me to go through that process and do another profile and actually set it up, I can do that. I just want to make sure that I respect people, and like, if you want to do it on your own, go ahead. If you don't want to do it on your own, it's okay to request. Alright, so let's just go no for now. So you are currently in Slovakia, and right now this is our first flight of the day. I'm going to do a couple of these flights here, just because they're really quick, and we'll continue on that road. There'll be 10 flights. I'm not going to do all 10 flights right now, all in one recording, but I will do, depending on the flight, approximately 2 to 3 flights per series. What sounds good to you guys? If you guys want to do that, I want you to guys. We're gonna do 2 flights for now, for this first one. If you want me to do 2 flights again, I can do another 2 flights, and I can keep going. Yeah. So I would say, this would be called just Introduction to Eurofly and doing tasks 1 and 2, flying from to Zrani, Slovakia, and flying to another one. I don't remember what the name of it is right now, but I'll tell you in a little while. Right now, I'm currently in the hangar to check and see if the door is closed. This is going to be important. You press O, and the hangar is closed at the moment. You press Control A. Control O, Control O, and that's going to open up your hangar. It's a little bit different in Eurofly 3, but I won't explain the differences. It's going to get a little bit too complicated. And you can always listen to my, my stream to kind of understand what's happening with that. Alright. Also, the turning is different. So if you're going to be using Eurofly 3, be aware that there are also a lot of changes to how I'm playing it right now. So I'm going to put on my seatbelt by pressing Control B.
Done.
Now I need to turn on the engines. I need to turn on the computer.
Computer on.
And this will tell me how.
Ready.
And I'm going to tell you as I'm going. Right now, I need to turn on my radio
Done.
station.
Set frequency. Done.
My radio, not my radio station, but my radio. And the station frequency is 123.3. So I just have to.
Squawk 6075.
6075. Nope.
Rozumiem, ďakujem. Zatiaľ na primáre nevidíme.
7 5.
Identification confirmed.
So now they have all my things identified. I don't have to worry about doing that in the beginning. I just want to make sure my transponder is all set and your frequency you have to, so you can reach ground control. Now in categories 2 and 3 it's a little bit more complicated. You have to go to ground control, make sure that's all set up. You have to go then switch to air traffic control. Well, so there's ground control and there's another control, like there's 2 different types of radio frequencies you have to go to depending on category of airport. And category 3 is the biggest airports. Category 1, which is where I'm on right now, is the smallest airport in the world, at least in this game. So in the simulator. Now with that we have that going, we're gonna press
Off.
we're gonna turn off the brakes and by pressing B. And now you have to do is you just do home to speed up and go to 15 kilometers per hour. Let's do 20. So right now we are heading to check how your speed, you press R to head to 15 kilometers per hour to 20 kilometers per hour. I'm heading 20 right now. 20 kilometers per hour, and if you want to know what direction you're facing, you press S and it's for west. So now you press A to determine what your task you're doing.
Vietor 340 stupňov, 10 uzlov, penadly medzi 310 a 040.
So it just told me that I have a task to go to Zerani. I'm flying on a Cessna 172 to get there, and that's about 2 minutes away from here. So that's important to know. Very, very important to know. There's specifically also airport properties you need to know, and we're going to do that quickly before we take off. That's going to be very important as well. We're currently traveling 20 kilometers per hour. It's going to take a minute to fly to our destination. Also, how this is turning, how this plane turns is pretty easy on Eurofly 2. Eurofly 3 is a lot more realistic and a lot more complicated. So you need to remember that as well. Alright, we are now currently outside, and since we're outside now of the hangar, we can head over to the airport, to the runway. Right now this is a taxiway, so to speak, from the hangar. If you're in Eurofly 3, this would be Mike, would be your south to north, or southwest to east taxiway, they call like a runway. That's going to be important to know later on Eurofly 3. So now Eurofly 2, I can tell you this. So I am bouncing back and forth between the two versions because there's some differences that you're going to have to know if you're going to play Eurofly 3. I'm playing Eurofly 2 because this is a lot more easier. to explain, and I still need to get used to Eurofly 3, but if you want me to do Eurofly 3 as well, I will do so as well once I can get comfortable with it. I'll do other audio games as well. So I'll be able to do a whole series of different flights that we can continue on, and do some free flights. Just request where you want to go. I'll give you guys a list of there's a lot of locations you can go anywhere. So. So right now, we are approaching the runway here. And right now, I'm checking by pressing L to determine the latitude and longitude of the airport, so you can determine when to turn. And if you don't, you're gonna go the wrong direction. We're approaching it now, and I'm pressing Control right arrow to head north. Since I'm heading west, I'm turning north right now. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. There we go. So we are currently traveling now north to south, which is gonna be your. So instead of your latitude changing, and it's gonna be your longitude heading north to south. You'll be traveling, and right now it's 260 right now until to 0. So 0 to 100 is going to be they call that parking position. So pressing K to determine how far you are. So if we continue on this way, you're going to continue heading north. Okay. I'm pressing K a bunch of times. Come on, come on. So right now I'm negative 15 right now, so I'm going to go.
Parking position.
So now I'm at parking position. So this is at 0. So I'm gonna get some fuel. Right now I'm running on 150. I'm running only on 100 liters of fuel. So I'm gonna press Control E to get. So I'm at 200 liters of fuel. You can't hear my screen reader, but that's okay. I'm gonna explain what's happening. I've just pressed the letter E for fuel. Now I'm gonna do to turn on these two engines. You press the page up and page down keys on your computer. How fun! All right. So now next we're going to, before we do anything else, I'm gonna make sure that these are turned on. So we have Control F.
Done.
That's gonna be an important thing you need to press.
Off. Done.
I don't know what that's supposed to do. I don't know what that's supposed to do. But what we're gonna do is gonna press Shift F.
Front lights on.
To turn on the front lights. Shift B.
Back lights on.
To turn that other thing on. The backlights. You're gonna need those, and you're gonna also need to turn
storm radar on.
You can turn the storm radar
on. Indoor lights on.
And then Shift S. So Shift Control S turns on your storm radar. Shift S is where you're going to need to turn on your your in lights, cabin lights. But I mean I don't know if it's necessary, but I just turn it on for the sake of this. If you don't have the two lights on since it's evening right now in my time, it's going to crash. So I'm recording right now on a Tuesday. Or on a Monday, but it'll be posted for a Tuesday. So, unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna work. So, this is pre-recorded, peeps. No live today. Alright, so now next thing we need to do is, and I sound very weird on my headphones. Hey guys, I'm speaking really weirdly in this stupid engine that sounds terrible. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is now we're gonna check the airport properties by pressing Control Enter, and it says assign flight. So we're traveling to we're gonna be heading to Zranibor, Nizozemsky, Slovakia. Unfortunately, that's not my hometown. It's Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Anyways, let's keep going. So right now it says the name of the pilot is Blind Master, and I'm at training, and it's certified as 1, so it's the level. So it's telling me this is Cessna 172. It's a category 1, so there's technically 1, 2, and 3 category, as well as for flights. Certificate. There's a number of seats. There's 4 seats. There's 0 passengers aboard. Right now there's 1.0. There's like 1 ton, and there's about 1.2 tons as a maximum. 240 kilometers per hour. These are that's your airspeed. 1,289 is the range of how far it can go. 4,100 meters is the maximum height you can travel up to. And remember, you have to make sure you keep track of your airspeed and your landing speed, or else
Pan David, sorry, Golf Uniform Delta, výsadok schválený, 12 po výsadku a vyklesanie.
Okay, so current range. And you can see all these status reports. So you have to remember too that the more fuel you use, your airspeeding and land speed will change. It will eventually change. But for now, we're going to be 115 for this, since this is only a Cessna 172, and we're only going to take 2 minutes. Now, next thing, before we do anything, we're going to press Control F8. If it work, here we go, Control F8. Now we're going to just, see, right now it shows us we're in Nizozemsky. Nizozemsky, Slovakia. That's where we are right now. We need to head to Zrani. So it's 11 kilometers and it's 2 minutes away. Alright, so now it's set to our nav computer by pressing space. Now press N. So now it's just telling us that we have to travel at 347. So 347 is where we have to travel. So that's our degrees. Now what we have to do is press F1 to request.
SK737, you are cleared to take off using the runway in front of you.
And so to completely speed up, you're gonna press Control, or you're gonna press Alt Home. Let's travel. So it's just going up. It's going up. It's going up.
Na pozadí z Královej na výsadky VFR aktuálně 2 minuty po vzletě směrem na Janovce od 50 do 654 žádali bychom letovou hladinu 1.0.
So, hang on, I'm explaining what I'm doing.
SK737, climb and continue heading north.
Slovak 4739.
What the?
About Eurofly.
Oh. What? What the heck is that for? So my TCAS was off, and they still said no. So it makes you crash. Okay, well that was not a great idea.
Tasks.
Alright, let me do this quick. Okay, let's try this again, guys. So let me explain what I'm supposed to do. So now...
Off. Done. Computer on.
Alright, so let me explain what I was supposed to do. So, when you're speeding up, you make sure you're at 115 miles per hour. It's going to speed up a lot. So you need to be aware of that. It's going to speed up a lot. In addition to that, it's going to also, you need to make sure you have everything on. Your TCAS, which is your traffic collision avoidance system. Somehow that was off, and so it shut it. So it made my plane crash, which I think that's crazy. I really feel like that's crazy to me. So yeah, that's a little bit weird to me, but it's something you don't want to do. So when I'm doing this series, so you're gonna see me do these 2 flights here. Hopefully I just crash only once. Okay, I don't want anybody else to know that I crashed. Just kidding. People are gonna know I crashed. So what I was supposed to do is you make sure you're at 115 kilometers per hour, as we've seen before. You travel to. You make sure that your flaps are down and your landing gears retracted. You maintain that speed until you take off, and then you head to your destination by heading the direction that you know where it's going to be. So for example, 347 is towards your west a little bit. It's actually pretty easy because you're already facing west, which is 270 degrees, so you can easily travel pretty close. So I'm gonna just do just set it up here. I'm gonna have a computer. Just telling me all this. So right now it's telling me by pressing L. So I'm doing the whole process again. I'm going to try to do 2 flights. Now what I'll do is I'll also leave off to where you were. So since I was in the hangar and I wasn't able to take off or anything, I was able to go back to the hangar after do this whole process. But if you're doing it from a different place, like if you're already from a different airport, you'll just be right on the runway, and the new day you start in the hangar again. This is telling me that there's a plane coming, so I'm gonna stop for a second. I'm a little bit further out, but that's okay. I'm just gonna make sure that Oh, I need to turn on the radio too. So let me
Set frequency on.
Let me turn that.
Squawk 9662. SK737, continue on your present course and altitude.
So I have to turn all that stuff on and tell them where I was going. So what's happening here as well is it's telling me that I'm clear to head towards the runway now, which is great. So pressing, by the way, I had to press Control Shift F to turn on the radio, Control Shift T to turn on the transmitter, the transponder I should say, and that will tell the flights, hey, I'm coming. Now I'm heading towards my destination, towards the parking position. This time I'm not gonna fill it. I'm not gonna fill it up because I will eventually make it to my destination. If it says fuel low, who cares? We'll make it. We'll make it up. It's only 2 minutes away, so it won't take long. The other thing we have to go to is you have to go another thing in Slovakia. That's like, I think it's also 2 minutes away as well, so that won't take long either.
Dobra, Magryfom Delta, dobrý deň.
So right now I'm pressing K to tell me which negative 147, negative 126, and it's going down and down and down until I get to 0, hopefully. Minus 99, minus 84, minus 68, minus 50, minus 36. Okay, get it closer. Get it closer. Get it closer. Get it closer. Oh!
Parking position.
I mean, it'll still work. It'll still work, because at 3. That's fine. So now, what I have to do is make sure that everything is on.
TCAS on. Storm radar on.
Shift Control C and Shift Control S. That'll make sure
Dobra,
that
Magryfom Delta,
it's on.
dobrý deň.
Front lights on. Back lights indoor on. Lights on.
Doing all that
Done.
thing. Shift B, Shift S. Those are all my lights, and also those are all my lights you need to turn on. Shift and then Control F is to my flaps. And then Shift Control G was to turn on my what do you call it? My collision position.
Storm radar off.
Shift Control S
Storm radar on.
is my storm radar. Now I need to contact by pressing F1.
SK737, you're clear to take off using the runway in front of you.
So we're gonna travel 115 kilometers per hour. So help me out here. And then you press down. And then once we reach the desired area, almost close, we press the down arrow till we hit to 10 degrees. I would say for your flaps.
Urban David radarový kontakt, vstupujete do zatiaľ do letovej hladiny 100,
SK737, climb and continue heading north.
So now we have to head north, continue on this destination. We're having 120 kilometers per hour at the moment.
Stačí kľudne 260, zase také nie je.
What the heck?
About Eurofly.
Hey.
Tasks.
Okay, I'm actually gonna fly this. Ugh. Okay, hang on. You guys are not seeing a great pilot today.
Ready.
Set frequency on.
Squawk 5066. Identification confirmed.
Okay.
Off. Computer on.
A little bit 30 kilometers per hour by pressing my shift. Pressing my home key. I don't understand why that had to happen. No. And then I realized, yes. So when you guys are flying, you have to make sure that your flaps are retracted. So when you're traveling, you have to make sure that you're traveling Control F and Control G again. well, you don't do Control G. You do Control G once you're done retracting it, and then and so that's your landing gear. That's gonna be important, which is interesting. But the reason is because so then it doesn't get damaged. You don't want your thing to be damaged at all. Your flaps, otherwise your plane could break. That's going to be also important in Eurofly 3 as well. Sorry guys, this has not been a very good run.
Potvrďte mi low visibility procedure active.
We do what we do, man. We do what we do. I'll also do a tube sim if anyone wants to do a transport simulator. I know I had at least a request, so whoever else wants more of that transport simulator as well, I could do that too. And I can also do tube sim. What is a fun game? I love tube sim. Yeah, so when I do these tube flights, I'm going to get rid of this profile and just do the other profile and create a new one and actually not crash, and then we'll continue on from there. If that's okay with you guys. I think that's what I'm going to do. As soon as this is done, good. It turned out just a little. So I'm checking back here. I'm making sure that I'm traveling back here to the parking position, they call it, from 0 to 100. After that, it's the runway completely. And I'll tell you more. It's a little bit more complicated for Category 2s and Category 3s. You need to be aware it's a little bit more complicated than this. Because runways have a specific letter and number you have to go to.
Cessna 1 na pozadí z Královej na výsadky VFR aktuálně 2 minuty po vzletě směrem na Janovce, odpověď stále 654, žádali bychom letovou hladinu 1.0.
Parking position.
That's fine. Okay, now next we're going to, if this is up.
Done. TCAS on. Storm radar on.
So I don't have to worry about the ventilation or the pressure because that's going to be a little bit later.
SK737, our runway is currently in use. Please try again in a moment.
Okay. So I know it happens sometimes, it'll do this.
SK737, our runway is currently in use. Please try again in a moment.
So pressing F1.
SK737, you are cleared to take off using the runway in front of you.
Alright.
Fasten your seat belt. 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 Fasten your seat. Done.
Radar, dobrý večer.
Parking position.
SK737, you are cleared to take off using the runway in front of you. SK737, our runway is currently in use. Please try again in a moment.
Alright, we'll try this again. So sometimes it will do that too. So you need to make sure you can level off correctly. Otherwise you're going to go the wrong direction and then you'll crash. Basically, they'll make you crash if you do it the wrong direction. So what you're gonna have to do is, oh, I forgot to do this. Let me do this while I'm waiting here. So I'm gonna quickly do Control F8, and it's at 11 kilometers away. 2 minutes. 3:47. All right, here we go.
SK737, you are cleared to take off using the runway in front of you.
Here we go.
Off.
So just press
SK737, climb and continue heading north.
Front lights on. Back lights on. Lights on. Take off successful.
There we go.
SK737, climb to 500 and set heading towards your destination.
So now you press the Z to check how much you're flying.
You
press all the way to continue on.
2 minúty po vzlete smerom na Janovce, odpadajte a 754, žiadali by sme letovú hladinu 120.
So continue to climb. And pressing control, making sure that I'm at 10. I'm traveling approximately 10 degrees and I'm heading towards 500. And then it's gonna ask me to, I'm gonna have to level out. So you're following the, what do you call it? The, what do you call it? You're following the instructions from air traffic control. Now I'm gonna let you know that some airports you're gonna have to switch frequencies a lot. So you have to remember to do so, or else you're gonna fail.
Off.
SK737, continue on your present course and altitude.
So it's 6 kilometers right now. So I'm
SK737, you are leaving the airspace of our airport. We wish you a safe flight.
You have entered the airspace of a new airport. Squawk 2347.
Where are you now? Actually,
identification confirmed. SK737, this is your destination airport. Descend to 100, then contact tower to request landing clearance at 2 kilometers from the airport. SK737, continue on your present course and altitude.
Slovak Travel 739, dobrý večer. Informácia Oscar QNH 1018 a od teraz máme CAT 3 Alfa na dráhu 31.
Maria sama 25, dobrý deň, ja sme pozvačte si vyná, zadáme k vám na prípad.
I'm gonna head back just the other direction because I have to go back.
742 priamo na finále helikopteru 1 na Foxtrot na palube QNH 1018 od Maria sama 22.
So I'm gonna head back south. I'm heading back the other direction, heading back south, and then land.
Gare Viettori 350 stop 10 uzlov. Gare Viettori 350 stop 10 uzlov.
SK737, our runways are full. Please stand by. SK737, you are clear to land. I repeat, you are clear to land.
Done.
Here we go. Landing. So you have to make sure that you're... I'll explain in just a second what I have to do. Because I have to concentrate.
Landing successful.
There we go. So I can explain what's happening. So, what happened was...
Dobrý večer. Informácie Oscar Klena 1018 a od teraz máme CAT 3 Alpha na dráhu 31.
It's just passing the hangar. We're just passing the hangar. Just passing this plane coming through. So, since I'm on the other side of the hangar, it just tells everybody, hey, there's a plane coming and I'm coming in right now. But anyway, so what I had to do was I had to make sure I was towards the land speed that I had originally, 115 kilometers per hour. You have to be close to that. So what happened was I went to 124 kilometers per hour. I had to turn around because I went a little bit past it because I was trying to land and I couldn't land. So I had to turn back around. I had to press F1 and say, hey, by the way, I am landing. And then I had to make sure to slow down 150 to make sure it was around 124, 100, and then I went down 10 degrees, pressing Control F to turn up retract the flaps, and Control G to put the landing gear down, and then it slowed me down, so I had to make sure I had to speed up a little bit so I could reach up that point. Alright.
Parking position.
I'm in the parking position. And I'm done.
Task completed successfully. Congratulations.
So we're gonna do one more flight. This is gonna be pretty quick as well.
About Eurofly.
So that was to Serrani.
Tasks.
Alright, great. So this was my profile. It crashed twice. So we're not gonna do this again. Alright. So what happened was too, I had to also go up and down by pressing the up and down arrow keys to determine how much incline angle and decline angle I need to go on a plane. For your nose angle, that's going to be important, so then it can go up and down and fly as efficiently as possible. So now Eurofly 3 is a little bit more complicated, as I said before. There's some other things you need to be aware of, but you don't need to worry about it here as much. You do need to worry about make sure you're at your speed when it comes to landing and taking off. So that's going to be important. So next thing we're going to do so that's kind of funny. So what happened was here that I'm in a task now where I have to travel from Bonavice to Olomouc, or wherever how you say that. And this is in the Czech Republic, I believe. Is this where I'm at? I'm in the Czech Republic. Yeah, so I'm in Czech Republic now, which is kind of funny. So since I'm in Czech Republic, this is where we, it's the same thing. It's just I'm no longer in that area. So now I travel.
Set frequency. Done.
They never changed it.
823. 0 Kilo 737, radar contact.
Okay. So I'm on the runway right now, which is kind of cool.
Computer on.
Ready. Ready.
Done. Done.
Alright, so we need to go on the MOOC. So press Control F8 to go to my Navi computer to bring up the list. I was correct, I was in Czech Republic. So now that we're in Czech Republic, and we'll go to Olomouc, and it's only 2 minutes away, and it's only 11 kilometers as well, pretty much. Pretty close. So this is at 212, so that means I have to travel a little bit west from here. That's fine with me. So then, now that we're here, we're now going to ask...
TCAS on. Front lights on.
Shift B, Shift F, Shift S, because it's still evening, and I have to make sure that I turn on my TCAS and my
storm radar on.
Control Shift S. And now let's do the final thing here. Sorry, it's getting a little bit loud in here, so I'm going to try to do this quick.
0 Kilo 737, cleared for takeoff using the only available runway in front of you.
All right, here we go. We're going to start taking off by make sure the brake is off. And now let's do alt home to 115 miles per hour. Kilometers, I mean. Sorry. We're going 92. And then I'm going to press Control F, Control G. So it went to 119, that's okay. Good with me.
0 Kilo 737, climb and flight heading north.
So we're still heading there. So we're heading north right now.
Take off successful.
Great.
0 Kilo 737, climb to 500, fly destination heading.
So we're going to travel west. That's a good, yeah, let's go that direction. And then I could travel this direction, but I'm just going to do 10 degrees shift down. Let me do that a couple more times. And then speed up. So we're heading at 209. 9.9 kilometers already. We're going to change frequencies in a minute. So we're ahead is it, and we're bearing at 209. And this is what we need to do. We're heading 10 degrees incline angle up to 500 meters, which is, if you want to do that, it is approximately 1,500 feet. Right? Yeah, 1,500 feet. Continuing up. It's getting a little bit more packed in here, so I'll turn with this.
Flight current heading and altitude.
So we're gonna have to slow down a little bit. Traveling down. To do that, you do alt
0 Kilo 737, descend and maintain 100.
So they're asking me now
Sierra Kilo 737, you are leaving our designated airspace.
SK-737, you have entered the airspace of a new airport. Squawk 6708.
67. Oh, seriously? Not again with that.
Attention, you're entering the turbulence.
670. Wait, what? Shift T to repeat. Oh, 60. 6708. It's gonna glitch. It's gonna totally glitch.
SK-737, you are cleared to land. I repeat, you are cleared to land.
I'm gonna have to travel a little bit.
Done.
So now we're traveling away from kind of the opposite end of it, but we're still here at Olymuk. So now that we're here, we can travel right into the place, 2 kilometers away. So now that we're flying through,
Landing successful.
boom, we landed. So all I had to do there is I was able to do it any side. So if I went one direction, I can still go the opposite direction, go away from it, and still land on the right side, which is cool. I think it's great. So all I had to do was make sure I was at around 111, 112-ish, you know, and still fly, be able to travel down. Make sure you have your you have to make sure that you retract everything. Make sure that it's back down again. Your flaps are back down, and your landing gear is back down to the ground. So we have to So right now I'm heading north right now. So we have to travel back south. So I have to go back the other direction because I want on the opposite side of the runway.
Off. Done. Front lights off. Front lights on.
So I have to go back the other direction right now. I'm going back the other direction. Look, there's no other traffic around here. Otherwise I would die. I actually wonder if anyone even tried to. Doing that. I have to go really slow too to turn back around heading south. Heading back the other direction so I can actually travel correctly. So since I can do anything above, anything from 100 and below. So if I can go up to 100 or below, I'll be fine. So if I just keep going about 21 kilometers per hour, should be fine. So I decided to go on the opposite side when I went away. So that's why it was on the opposite side of the runway. So I went a little bit too far. And that's okay. And then
Parking position.
we're done by pressing Alt End.
Task completed successfully. Congratulations.
Pressing Alt End. That's going to be very important.
About Euro exit.
So that was, by the way, just the first demo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these 2 flights again on my own without being recorded and actually not crash the first time. So I have 0 crashes. I don't want that. So now that I know what I'm doing again and everything, I'll be able to do everything just everything going pretty good. But this has been a fun time trying to figure out this game again and getting back into the moment and demoing, doing the series. So I'll see you guys next time for the introduction on Thursday. We'll do the next 2 couple flights. So I'll see you guys next time for this series. Eurofly 2, it's great to have you. Clear skies.